What is up, everybody? Happy Wednesday night. Happy Real Housewives of Beverly Hills Day. Happy 3 days after Drake D Day, after Super Bowl, after K Dot tore that up. Love, we were in the group chat. I know you were enjoying yourself Sunday night. How are you doing?
I'm doing amazing. Shout out to everybody except for Aubrey Graham, anybody with the last name Graham, Lindsey Graham, and Larsa Graham. All of y'all,
Particularly Larsa Graham.
particularly that.
Particularly Larsa. Uh, Guys, in case you don't know, well, if you've been following us for any amount of time, Cortez and Love both live in the LA area. When K Dot dropped that block party, what was it? That was at the Staples Center, right? Where he had that big concert right
It
after
was
They're
at the
Not Like Us
forum.
dropped?
It was at the
The
forum in
Forum.
Inglewood.
You were there,
Yeah.
correct?
Yes, I
You've
was.
been Love has been having the time of her life ever since then. And so for Super Bowl, Love and Cortez got to link up without us. Crazy. That's insane. But they had the time of their lives over there. And I was very, very jealous that I did not get a chance to see them. But if you follow either of them on social media, you may have been blessed with some lean behind the scenes footage.
So BTS's,
Um,
sprinkle
oh,
in BTS's, just a
a
little bit.
little behind the scenes. All right, great. So it looks like we've got Chase. I sent Chase the link to the show a little bit late. Guys, it is not a well-oiled machine over here this week. Let me go ahead and add Chase to the stage. We're all a little bit scattered right now.
There we go.
Hey Reba.
You know
How
what?
you doing, Reba?
Let me just say something, okay?
Oh Lord, what you gonna say?
What chat? Where did he send the link?
He sent it to me individually.
I just
Individually, baby. It was individual.
I'll let
It's
you take
exactly
that
what
up
you
with the
think.
boss.
It's exactly what you think, Chase. Exactly what
It's
you think.
exact. Wow. Is it a coincidence? I
Is it?
ask you, Chase.
I asked.
I ask you.
Cortez is
Is it
definitely the
ism?
Reba of the lean, so it makes sense.
He's the Reba. Are you the Omni then?
I feel like I'm the Garcelle, child.
Well, it looks like we've got people already in the Chase. Hello, hello. How are you doing today?
I'm well. Wait a minute. I hear like okay, wait. I'm gonna stop talking. You talk, Jamie.
Hello, hello.
You talk. You talk. Love, Dominique.
Hello, hello, hello,
I don't
hello.
know. I hear something, and when
You
I
know
hear it
what?
again, I'm gonna call it out.
The
My
frog. I
dryer
heard the
is
frog
running in
earlier.
the back.
See, you know what's doing it again.
I don't hear anything.
Yeah, y'all don't hear that?
I did hear the frog.
Not a
Okay,
frog.
Jamie, it's you. Come, go ahead and come back in.
Let me go ahead and I'm just
Okay.
gonna. We're going. Let me mute
We
myself.
got
We'll
you.
come
We
back
got it.
anyway.
It's okay, you
Hello,
guys. We
guys.
got
Hello.
it.
You guys,
It's
Let me
been
go
so
ahead and
long
start
since
this
we've
off.
had technical difficulties over here. Y'all can give us
Right.
one. Y'all can give us one. There's nothing low budget about this.
Ain't over
Okay.
we love
here. Ain't over here. You know what?
Mm-mm.
It may be because I am in two different. I don't know. Anyway, hello, Latasha. Hello, Amanda Kay, Sean, Kevin. Thank you guys so much for coming in. I know we had lovable Lisa that was here before we started. We appreciate you guys. Sean, hello. Let's go ahead and jump right into it.
No, you come.
Because
You leave and come out and come back in.
see the way I get cussed? Didn't even do anything. Now I'm
No,
in it.
I did
Oh my.
not cuss you.
Hold on. Let me leave and then I'll come
Yeah,
back.
come back. Yeah, that's all. While he's leaving and coming on back, how y'all been doing? Hey to the people. Good to see everybody in the group chat. We're gonna get right into it. Are y'all Team Reba, Team Garcelle? Well, Team Reba,
Oh,
Team everybody else. Team everybody else. I don't know, right? But
can we do
it's.
justice for Avi? Why is Avi being done like this, y'all?
I want to
Enough's
know how
enough.
much he gets paid, Dominique.
I mean, my God,
It's
I
not
don't
enough.
like any of it
It's not enough. Whatever he's getting paid, up it immediately.
because he has to deal with Sutton and. Okay, here we go. Is the monster
Mm-hmm.
gone?
All right. Is this better? Are we good? Okay.
Yay!
Okay,
Yep.
my God, today. Apple, get your shit together.
It's all right.
Ooh.
My
Okay.
God. My God. All right. This was an episode. Augusta is a city. Uh
This
Reba
is the
is a
episode.
lady. Uh let's go ahead. And Avi is a long-suffering saint at this point. He
I
is up for sainthood, dealing with Sutton and Reba for most of his life. And that housekeeper they got trampling around them grounds, calling people to dinner. Like I know that lady hates her job.
Oh, I
So,
do not.
so like I said, we are back in Augusta at the top of the episode. Kyle, Garcelle, and Sutton, and Sutton's proud boy mama. Sutton is looking for the diamonds she lost because Sutton is looking for her diamonds because what rich Southern lady from Augusta, Georgia, doesn't lose her diamonds first thing in the morning? Kyle comes in from a run, and Reba's old racist butt is in the kitchen. Uh, and they have a little conversation. Kyle and her have a little more of a playful banter than Reba had with Garcelle the previous day, if you clocked it. Um, Reba said, "Well, I used to wake up at 5:30 and run," and I'm like, "No, you didn't, girl." But Kyle is like, "Wow, you're very strong mentally," and
Yeah,
Reba's like, "Yeah, mentally," and I was like, "Well, you are gonna have to be because that's."
baby. Uh-oh. Oh no.
He's coming. It'll be all right.
We got this.
Um, I don't know. Reba got them shorts on like she definitely runs. So did you see those shorts she had on?
This is the thing. Reba, I feel like at any point she's just gonna holler out like 40 acres and a mule. Like I just the way she
Oh,
walks into every scene, it's like discrimination's on the tip of her tongue. I don't know how to explain it. It's hard to grasp. I don't think I've ever been so wrong. Okay, I lied. I was wrong about old girl in New York. Braun. I
well,
was
I
wrong about
told
Bryn,
y'all Brian from day one wasn't she? Did I
yeah.
tell y'all that?
You nailed it.
you did.
You got it,
Yeah.
baby. We were talking about my wrongs and rights in life with the housewives.
Okay,
I
I
do
get you together.
apologize. Somebody saw that I was on Do Not Disturb and said notify anyway with a call. And
Oh,
so that kicked me off the thing. Sorry, guys. So yeah, I see y'all are talking about racism with Sutton's mom, as y'all should be. So the ladies are preparing for brunch, and Sutton is sitting there talking with Kyle. Kyle is saying that she loves Reba. That's not a shocker. Then talk does naturally turn to just Reba. Reba had admitted downstairs to Kyle that she has never been a nurturer. She was a little shocked. She was like, "Are you?" She actually told you that because she's never openly admitted that she was a horrible mother to me.
Mm.
Um, talk then starts talk turn to Sutton's father and his deterioration over mental and emotional health. If you guys have been watching the show for a while, Sutton's been very, very open about what happened with her father since literally like episode 1 that she popped in on. Needless to say, every time she talks about it, you can tell that that lady, she has not dealt with it. I was actually really shocked to also find out her mother is a therapist. And I'm like, her and Big Dot over from Potomac,
oh,
baby.
the trail
Oh
of
my God.
damage.
Look, with Trump issuing executive orders, I need to issue an executive order on therapists banned from having children because the way that y'all just screw up these kids and make dysfunctional adults needs to be studied. Not by y'all because that
Not by
degree
y'all.
isn't doing a whole lot of anything. Um, Apparently, Sutton's dad was on multiple medications to kind of fight his debilitating depression. He began drinking once he got off of the medication because if anybody who has ever taken antidepressants, they basically lobotomize you. Any kind of medication that way strips you of any kind of like individuality you have, basically lobotomizes you, and basically they tell you like it's better to feel nothing than to feel depressed. And it's like,
Jeez.
okay, sure. You've talked with anybody who's been on antidepressants for any amount of time, particularly the hard stuff to deal with
Yeah.
chronic depression. It's
Oh,
rough. So Sutton's father apparently didn't like that, and so turned to drinking in order to battle that. And it eventually got to the point where it debilitated him so much that he took his own life. While they're talking about this, Reba is terrorizing Avi, and it's someday he's gonna choke her out. Like I can see her choking him out. See him choking her out. She hates his grits. She hates his ass. Garcelle comes down and attempts to make small talk with Reba. Reba hates her. Um, Reba's like, well, girl, let's go sit outside because I don't like your kind in the house. Like, y'all supposed to be outside.
Oh,
She didn't say that, but I knew that was what going on. And if you watch the
oh.
scene,
It,
it was very giving that.
it was.
She asked Garcelle if she wants some ice to go into her tea, and Garcelle's like, no, like I'm tropical. Like we don't really need a whole lot of ice. And she was like, well, you're not English, that's for sure. And I'm
Well,
like,
what am I?
Look,
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
that was that. That's what I was going to end on because I said, "Excuse this." So, Dominique, let's go ahead and start with you. First impressions of the mama.
The mama.
I've never been so wrong about something in my life, you guys. Outside of capped. I came on this very platform about a week ago, if my math is right. And I said what I said out my mouth was, I thought Reba was awkward but entertaining. That's what I said.
You
That's what
said
I
that
said.
in the chat too. You did say that
I
in the
said
chat, and
And I,
I have screenshots if anybody would like that.
I
oh
said
girl, I just want to get
all
her.
that. I think I just, I said it. And I'm here to further say I'm wrong. That's probably, I'll be honest with you, Reba makes me think Bravo needs an age limit. I think there should be a clause on the region of the person and their age. I think that there should be geography in the clause of the parents' cameos. If you are under this portion of the country, born in 1912 through 1926,
It's not
then
1912.
I don't think you should be mic'd up on the show. I just think Reba is making me reconsider the clauses of the production. I can't. I just her mere like the ick she gets with Garcelle just saying good morning makes me want to snatch her through the phone. So it's like I'm triggered, and I hope she's off the show after an episode or two because I can't do it. Not during Black
Yeah.
History Month. I'm sensitive. My caucasity level is like shaken. That's what I think about Reba.
So what you said is, if you were old enough to witness them paint the Mason-Dixon line and then proceed to go south of it, you don't need to be on this show.
The geography. Anybody under here, you're no.
Doesn't need to
No.
be here.
If you helped with the gem of the crow laws, I don't want you to be
The
on
crow
show.
portion of the laws
That part.
specifically. The crow portion.
I can't. Reba, no. I can't.
Chase, I know you've got something that you want to say about this lady.
Miss Reba.
Yeah, I know I don't talk about mamas, and Jamie, I have gone ahead and gone at you a couple of times for coming for the people mama, but I just want to say that Reba, there's a lot of things that Reba has done in her lifetime. I don't want to take that away from her, but the restraint that she showed, because this absolutely is the first N word that she's ever met that she did not actually say. She just looked like she just wanted to yell an N word and just, yeah, you know what I mean? Like, oh God. Oh, and okay, I got it out. I'm good. But Sutton told me you were coming, and I'm just gonna be good. I imagine the amount of bartering. What's the lady name Sutton had to do to convince her mom to let this lady who is not English in her house. I would have said, I ain't, but what are you?
But that's Sutton's house. Like that lady lives in the
Oh, that's
garage
not
in the
Sutton's
back.
house.
That's Sutton's house.
No, does Reba know that?
Because Sutton was talking about the divorce from her
No,
husband, and Reba was
listen.
like, "Who gonna take care of me?"
Right,
Reba's
but
broke
Jamie,
as a joke.
I am aware that that is
Oh, you're saying
technically not
figuratively.
Sutton's house,
Okay.
but that's Reba house.
Because
You get
Sutton
what
doesn't have a
I'm saying?
backbone with Reba.
I mean, like, and then there's just so many similarities. Like when she had her little shorts, you know what I'm saying? She walking outside. I said, look at them little legs. And it's
I
like,
hate you
you
so
want to be
bad.
like, am I like, why do I have a soft spot for these southern, these southern allegedly racist woman? Like, why do I like? How does she move me to chorus later and have me move me to tears? Because we see parallels, not in the racism of it all, but we see parallels. Everybody has someone in their life that is tough. I'm tough, okay, and so I can be like that with people. Like I'm not. I don't say the L word. I don't do that. But I L you. You get what I'm saying? I could even say it again. And
I,
I come from a house where my mom says it all the time. So I don't know why
Yeah,
I've become like that, but I have. You know what I mean? And so I see parallels outside of that racism stuff, with her.
that's where you
Because
draw
we
the
got to
line.
call it what
Now
it is.
that, now that I don't know about.
Right. I don't know anything about that. Have we gotten to where Garcelle overstepped and she was like, "You need to mind your black business"?
We're getting ready to get into
Let's get to black
that.
business
Let's
gate.
get to black business.
Let's get to black business gate.
So, um, they go outside. They sit on the patio. Very nice patio, by the way. Sutton's little southern house is very nice. I thought it would be more opulent. I thought it would be bigger, given it's Sutton and the lady is a millionaire. But for someone being as rich as she is, Sutton lives a relatively normal lifestyle, I guess, for someone that she ain't got a mansion, she got crazy. She's had multiple properties and she spends money. But I mean, the house is cute. I love it. Anyway, they're in the backyard. Garcelle takes this opportunity to advocate for her friend, Sutton's. And she tells racist Reba that she and Sutton have had many, any, many intimate combos about Sutton's relationship with her. And she just says, she feels like it would mean the world to Sutton if Reba would just tell her that she's proud of her. And boy, you can see Reba's mouth she want to say it so bad.
See,
And Reba looks at her. She takes a quick break from letting the skin fall off her face and says, "You know what? I don't think it's really any of y'all business."
it's not.
And Garcelle said, "You know what? You're right." But because the look on Garcelle's face wanted to cuss her out, wanted to cuss the lady out, but she said, Out of respect for my friend, I'm not going to beat her mama up on camera right now." So she awkwardly chuckled, and I feel so bad because what do you say in that instance? But Garcelle tries to connect with her and says, "You know what? My mother passed away. There are so many things that I wish I had said with my mother, conversations that I wish I had had, and time is so short." And Reba is like, "Yep, I bet you wish you had said a lot to her. I bet we had a lot of regrets."
What is
Garcelle's like,
it?
"Well, calm down, girl. I'm talking about you, but sure, yeah,
Yeah,
a lot
like
of regret."
yeah.
Um, Garcelle hits it spot on in the confessional when she says, Reba and Sutton's issues seem to stem from Sutton and her father having a extremely close relationship, and Reba's father really not caring if she lived or died. It's jealousy at its core. And it's never ever healed. And as we get through the episode, you get the feeling that perhaps Sutton's dad confided in her about his emotional state much more than he did his wife. And there's that old saying, a daughter's first hater is going to be her mother. And when I
Um,
watched this episode, I was like, everything that how Sutton interacts with people, how Sutton talks with people, I get that. Because I imagine she had to fight just to let her voice be heard around that lady. Um, so yes, Chase,
mhm.
what were your thoughts whenever Reba said you need to mind your own damn business?
Garcelle need to mind her damn business. She was absolutely right. Garcelle need to mind her business. And let me tell you something, Garcelle. let me tell,
Garcella.
Garcella. Let me tell you something, okay? You are not Barbara Walters, all right? You're not Diane Sawyer. Stop trying to get the inside scoop, okay? The real has been canceled. Let it go. Like this has felt like very much that episode where Oprah goes into Forsyth County and they don't want you blacks there. Like I just was like on pins and needles because it was very tense. But
Mm.
I will give, and I'm just gonna keep it real 100 a buck. I will give um Reba this. She recognizes when she's been clocked. Because
Mhm.
not only was I clocked on television, you sent this black girl into my house to do it. Because she was clocked. She said, "Oh, well, I don't think that's none of your business." That's the first thing I'll be. Well, first of all, because why are we talking about who are you in my house? No, ma'am. And this is my house. I don't care what Sutton say. It's my house. Now, what I did not get to touch on was I knew everything I needed to know about Reba, um, from her favoring Kyle. And it's not even a black or a white thing for me. If you like Kyle, there's something wrong with you.
The favorite.
And I'm gonna just go ahead and say, you know
Many
what,
will
maybe she
agree.
liked it just because she was white. I don't know, like, oh, as you'll do. Come on. I mean, I know you look gay, but I do gay before I do black. Come on, I take you. But I do think Reba recognized that she was clocked, and she kind of was like, "All right, y'all got me. You got me," because she is very, she was. It feels like to me very envious of the relationship that Sutton had with her father, because maybe, as you mentioned, her father was ways with his daughter that he couldn't be with his wife, and that's probably what she wanted in their relationship as well. But it is very hard to be married to a therapist and you have mental issues, because
Hmm.
it's like everything, even though I have these mental issues, everything does not need to be analyzed. And it looks like, just from the person that she is, she could have definitely been that type of a way with him. So I could see the dynamics coming into full effect just the more we got to, talk to them.
Absolutely. Love, what about you?
Oh boy, Reba. Okay.
Sammy, go on. God, Sammy is so
I'm,
dumb. Out of
I'm
there.
all for good TV. Garcelle knew what she was gonna. She knew what she was getting herself into. There wasn't
Yep.
going to be a rosy rainbow type of response with sprinkles coming from that woman. So it was time. It was time to mic up. Let me be a producer. Whatever she says back to me, I'm gonna handle it however I want to handle it. So I'm cool for good TV moments. I was just triggered regardless, because it's like, you already know this response is gonna be nothing pleasant. But I digress. There is so much hurt between Sutton and her mom, and the resentment that Sutton has about her mom being in the house during it happening. And the way she explained the story, you would think, in a sense, she feels like she has some sort of resentment towards her mom, as
Yep.
far as, she was in the kitchen, she was just doing the dishes, and she knew he was taking pills. I read right through that entire confessional, and I was like,
Yep.
oh wow, you have some sort of guilt that you're holding for your mama in the wake of your father passing. Girl,
Yep.
that's deep. And in the same token, like you guys were saying, the mom has a certain hurt, because I was never even close to my husband like that, the way he was with my daughter. So both of them are holding hurt in different ways, solely from him passing, and that is devastating. And it's like, it was so easy to pick up on, like, immediately. I
Yep.
read all through that. Um, and it's I'd stay away from it with the 10-foot pole. Garcelle, look, more power to you. I couldn't do it. I've never been in a situation. I would have to drag my friend's mom just for a little bit. I can't. I've never been in a situation.
You better not drag my mama. You better let her eat me to
If
get up
your
out of
mama is
there.
racist and she says something weird, I'm gonna have to be like, did you ever have cotton fields in the backyard at
And
by
I'm gonna
chance?
say, put her right in there,
I
cotton field
have
in the back
to.
right now, mama.
I
What you
gotta
talking
do
to?
it. I
Talk
gotta
to my
do
mama
it.
like that.
I don't know how
Jamie,
Garcelle did it. I don't know how Garcelle, but she
she
handled
did
it
it purposely.
amazing.
It's very easy to understand
It
how
was
she
easy.
did it, Dominique. The reason why I want to say it's very easy to understand how she did it is because she saw the reception she got about the scarf, the reception
Oh yeah,
about the
Hmm.
grits, and she
she knew
continued
what
to
she was getting
persist
herself
to
into.
do so. I honestly am going to get in trouble for this. I don't really think I'm going to get in trouble for this. But I wanted to do Teddy Mellencamp a solid. She was being the gnat that she says Teddy is, but I think that she was purposely, oh, you don't like black people. Oh, you don't like my scarf. Well, let me ask you about your children. Well, let me go ahead and eat these grits and sit right next to you while I do it. Let me move the floor
Producer,
arrangement out the way
producer
so you can look at me while
fancy.
I'm eating these grits. You get what I'm
Yes.
saying? Like she was purposely,
Listen,
you're gonna
Yeah.
have to deal
good.
with me.
Take up space. You take up
Yeah.
Yeah.
space because your friend invited you. You're advocating for your friend because she knows Sutton. Sutton is not the best when it comes to confrontation with just people in general. But that lady was not going to sit and have a conversation with her mother about stuff she needed to have a conversation about. So kudos to Garcelle, but also Reba. You knew Reba was going to tell you something slick, and Reba told you something slick.
Exactly.
Uh, so the ladies are eating afterwards. Sutton mentions that she wants to take the ladies to her childhood home where her father took his life. And Reba looks horrified and is like, my stars, my dear, oh days, all my days. Like, I'll never go there. And just like Dominique said, I read that trauma up and down, up and through that. That lady, as much as a therapist that she is, that lady has not dealt with what happened in her home while she was in the next room.
Mm.
Um,
Oh
in the
my God.
confessional, this scene, I was just like, this is not a housewife show. Like, what am I watching right now?
I was
Sutton
shocked.
explains that Reba was home in the kitchen cooking whenever her father took his life. She knew her husband had been talking about his depression and taking his life, knew that he was self medicating and over medicating, knew that he was drinking um, exorbitant amounts to self medicate, knew that there was a loaded gun in the house,
Ooh.
and just seemingly chose to ignore it. Sutton starts crying and just kind of looks at the confessional camera and was like, this is what we have never spoken about.
She
Like
blamed her mom.
we have not talked about it. She blames her mama. And I think in that moment, she realizes like, shit, I just said this on camera and now I can't take this back.
Ever.
But you could see in her face as she was telling the story where she is realizing Reba's role in this. And just like Love said, and just like you said, there is that anger, that resentment, that guilt of you knew what was going on and you were home when this happened. Before we move in, because this is kind of the break in this, do either of you have anything that you want to add on this? We kind of already touched about this a little, but anything more you want to add?
No, go ahead. Me personally.
Dominique?
It's just it's heavy. I can relate a little bit. I had to fast forward a little part of this because it just got too hard for me personally.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Because my mom passed in my childhood home, so we took her
Ooh.
home. So I do have plans with my siblings for us to one day buy the family home back because that's the last place we were with her. So I had to fast forward the rest of the scene, but my God, my heart goes out to Sutton. I haven't been back in there, obviously. I mean, blessings that the owners of the homes, for all we know, Sutton bought the house and just, those are actors. I don't know. All I'm saying is that in itself is beautiful. You know, I would love to just knock on the door and just explain my story and be like, can I come in? That's hard to do. I mean, also the whole thing was heavy. And like you're saying, Jamie, for me to have to fast forward something because I can't even get through it. It's like, this is Housewives. It's kind of heartwarming because of how far Housewives has gone. We can have the most ridiculous scenes with Ramona saying turtle time in the middle of the ocean, or we can
Oh my God, turtle time.
with Sutton walking into the home where the last place she saw her dad. It's the scope of spectrum that Housewives is at. Very heavy scene, but that's all I got for it. It's beautiful.
And
beautiful.
we'll talk later on about the storyline that Sutton has been giving over her tenure as a housewife and why for some reason it does not the viewers seem to think that she has nothing to give. But as I'm watching this episode, and I felt the same way when Garcelle was talking about her son's drug addiction, I was like, I don't see what people are seeing. Like, this woman has talked about her father's depression, his alcoholism, his suicide. She has been an open book about her strained relationship with her mother, like the divorce from her husband, and it was acrimonious. Like, I don't know what you people want from these
I
two.
think that, for most shows, it's like, well, back in the day, it used to be like this was the storyline. Like for that person, like, okay, I'm renewing myself and I'm on my renewal journey, or like whatever, you know what I mean? And Beverly Hills, especially, like, I want to say the last 5 to 6 seasons has been, especially since Rena has come in, it has been very much the singular story. I think this is the story this season. There goes our effing storyline this season. And so what happens is this season, like, it's Dorit, and I guess we could say Kyle, navigating these megawatt divorces, and the group reacts to it. A couple of years ago, it was Erica files for divorce, and now, she's implicated in all this stuff that Tom allegedly did, and the girls react to it. And so people feel like if they don't have something like that, there
carries
is
through
no
the whole
storyline.
season.
And what the Housewives is about is following and navigating these women's lives. Now you can say what they're giving us is boring,
actual lives,
but actual life. But you can say what the actual life that they're giving us may be boring to you, but you can't say that they're not giving, because They're giving us not only from them, they're giving us the extensions of them, which is their children, their parents,
Yep.
their
Yeah.
businesses, their this, their that. It's not my
Like,
fault. It's not Garcelle's fault that we didn't get a group trip to Atlanta to go see her be a producer on a huge movie for Lifetime Network. That is
Yeah.
gold right there.
She
They
did
chose
it.
not to pick that up. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
I
I
think my
think
thing
the new
is
fans really have it misconstrued on what a storyline actually is.
mhm. Good point,
it's
Kate.
almost like they want these women's lives to be in utter shambles in order to qualify as a storyline. And what Sutton and Garcelle have done is like, baby, I am sharing you what has actually happened in my life. Or right now, my life is great. And the thing with
Anybody can
them is,
fabricate, Jamie.
yeah, everybody says, well, Kyle's showing her divorce. Kyle is producing her divorce. Kyle has been very, I am getting divorced, but this is all the access to my stuff you get to. Same with
Uh,
Dorit. Dorit has lied about her marriage. Erica didn't want to say a damn thing about her divorce or the legal issues they were having. Erica hasn't had a single storyline up until that divorce. Erica has done
Nothing.
nothing.
And now she's
But
painting
because,
her apartment.
yeah, yeah. And so, speaking
I
of,
found
we come
that.
from this and we go right into
Oh my God.
Erica actively foregoing getting her deposit back, and she's just painting and renovating and do whatever she wants in that garage.
I do not care.
I will say I am happy that Erica is getting back to a place in her life where she is feeling accomplished. Wherever you feel about Erica, Erica at one point was a carefree individual. She was one of my favorites just because she was the breath of fresh air. She was the fun girl. She was the good time, but she never gave main character energy for storyline. It was always main character for fashions and just she was the pretty one. She was the glamorous one.
I loved how
Um,
she had Yolanda's back season 6. I loved
yes,
that. You know,
and somewhere along the way, she lost the plot.
Uh,
I think she is trying to get back there, and we see this. So I'm just happy she's back to serving looks. And I will say
all
she
right,
has given some
slow
truth
down.
bombs to Dorit.
Da. Serving looks. No, no. Ain't
She's
gonna
given
work.
a look or two. She's
Yeah.
given a look or two.
what did you what did you say, Dominique?
She said,
We don't
"Oh,
do
she's serving
looks.
looks."
Oh, I
Exactly.
said,
Yeah.
I just
So
No, no, no.
Bose is having breakfast with her daughter, and I really am enjoying their relationship together. They discuss Bose's new relationship with her boyfriend and the desire to have a child. Her daughter lets her know that she's okay with the idea of a child because she wants Bose to form a bond with another child the way she has with her. The daughter's going off to college, and great. I want you to place that love somewhere. Again, it was a simple little blurb, but I like their relationship. You can tell that her daughter really enjoys her. Bose has done a great job of
So cute.
raising her daughter to be a very independent, respectful woman. I love that. Um, the friends and Kyle are traveling to Sutton's childhood home. In the confessional, Garcelle expresses that she is really, really nervous because she knows that this is the last place that Sutton saw her father alive. And as the viewers also know, Sutton does not handle feelings well. And so she is concerned as to what Sutton's emotional state is going to be. And as they part, Sutton is immediately overwhelmed with emotion, as anybody would be. This is the first time she's been back since leaving. The current owners welcome them into the home. Sutton, in her confessional, does say that this is healing for her. That this seems to be like the final step of kind of closing that chapter and kind of saying goodbye to her dad. And you can just kind of tell with the way she talks about her dad that she genuinely had a lot of affection for him and the way she
Oh,
speaks so highly of him and how he always wanted her around while he was cooking. And in pictures, you can tell that there was love versus pictures of like Sutton and her mom. It just seems kind of like we're here.
yeah.
And so I feel for her. They go into the back room, which I guess was like a reno or an add-on that her father was responsible for, and this part kind of broke me up. Sutton is talking about this is the last place that she ever saw her father alive.
mm,
Apparently, there was like a recital or some event or something that Sutton was getting ready to leave to, and she kind of was in and out of the house. And she says her father, his health had kind of deteriorated to the point where he just was kind of like a shell. He was sitting in the room, he was on the chair, wasn't really responsive. Normally, whenever they see each other, he would lift his hand up. They would, high five, clasp, whatever. And she said, this day, he just kind of sat there. He wasn't responsive. He didn't really say anything. He just sat there. And so, in her haste to leave, she just kind of reached out and like wiggled his toe and booked it out of the house. And he took his life the next day. Um, in her confessional, like, oh my God, she is saying she has so many regrets. She wishes she took more time that day to sit with him. She was in a rush and she just feels like it was really selfish of her to blow out the house without sitting and talking to her dad. And I'm just like, you had no way of knowing. Um, Garcelle is getting emotional and says that she understands Reba not wanting to hear about this trip because Reba hasn't dealt with it. It must be difficult for her. And Sutton admits that her mom had a rough time after her father's passing. She wants to fix things with her mom and she wants to make this last phase matter. And she wants to make this last phase, happy with her mom and fix things. And baby, I was no good after that. So, love, let's go ahead. Like you kind of already expressed a little bit that this was difficult for you, but like, were you able to watch this part?
I watched the first few minutes. The one thing I will say, and then I'll pass it to Chase. I get what Sutton is. I get what she's saying as far as the thinking about the last few moments. It's so hard. You have to let that go. I'll be vulnerable for a second. The day my mom passed away, my dad forced us to go to school. I felt as
Oh
though
my God.
he had a feeling,
Mm,
and I resented him for years for that because we asked to stay home. And that took me a long time to get over because it's something that I've always just struggled about as far as trying to put myself in his shoes. Should I have the kids be here while she's taking her last few breaths, or should I
mm,
get them away from this situation? I don't know. I wouldn't wish that decision on anybody, but
yeah.
I get that that's something that will drive you crazy. So Sutton has to, oh, you could just tell it still eats her up inside. She has to heal from that. I had to forgive my dad and pray and go through counseling. And this is a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah. Because there's no right answer.
There
There,
is,
like, had
there
you
really
stayed
is.
home, like, there's,
Yeah.
oh my God.
I feel like
I
maybe he was trying to protect you guys, but in essence, I don't know.
that's what that's the first thing he said. The
Yeah.
first thing he said was all I could do was try to not have you guys experience that. And in my mind, I immediately hated him for taking that
Yeah.
away. But
Because it should have been your choice. You wanted to be able to
you
Oh
know,
Lord Jesus.
it's
decide.
hard. So I get it. That's why I had to fast forward this scene because I was like, oh
Yeah.
Lord, wait a minute. I
Yeah.
can't take it. I can't take it. And so it's that, but
Yeah.
I will watch the rest of the segment at some point. But
Yeah.
my heart was out to Sutton. This is hard to do, but yeah, I had to give some type of relatability to that. That's terrible. It's
Yeah.
horrific and it's hard, but it's something that you just got to pray about. You just got to heal. I had to heal.
Jesus. Well, I love you. I'm
Love
so
you too.
happy you've healed from that. I
A
love you,
lot.
Oh,
baby.
We gonna heal.
All right, no,
oh.
Chase, let's keep it going. Good.
No, y'all.
Let's keep it going.
That's why I was like, fast forward.
Well, you can fast forward it through me. I mean, I just, I I know that there are certain things, the essence of certain people. You know what I mean? Like a room or a show, a song, a joke, or something like that. You'll see it and it'll remind you of certain people. And so I totally understand that for sure. What Sutton was saying, being in that room felt like him.
Mm,
I totally got that when she said that, because that was in essence his room, and she was in there experiencing those wave of emotions. And uh, I want to say to first of all, we got a super chat. Did we?
yeah, I wanted to end this little
Okay.
segment and then bring
Okay.
her
Well,
on.
okay. Let me push through then so you can get to it. But what I wanted to say was there's like, of course, rooms and things like that and essences that remind you of people. And when she had that moment where she was breaking down, Garcelle knew immediately went in for the hug. She
Mm,
reached out for Kyle, and Kyle was there for her. Kyle wrapped her arms around Garcella, and they all embraced and cried and hugged and were really there for Sutton. And although Bose and Dorit last week, but well, why weren't I invited? Why wasn't I invited? This is why y'all should not have been
yeah,
invited, because this was
yeah,
not for you. And you
yeah,
have to be okay with knowing everything is not for you. And when they watch this scene, I really hope they don't come into the reunion tone deaf about this particular issue, because I'm going to lay and fillet their asses
Oh,
yeah,
if
I'm
they do. And
oh,
y'all heard it from me first. I'm going to wait, but
they
this was
better.
not for them. This was
Yeah.
not their moment. She invited, although it is uberly, utterly frustrating. And we have been, Jamie, on this show for years
yeah,
at this point. Now, oh my God, or for years doing this show. And like, why do you keep being cool with Kyle? Why do you keep going back and, kissing the ring? Why are you such a Kyle booty licker? That is who she has chosen to be her damn friend. And so that
yeah.
is why Kyle is there, and Garcelle is her damn friend. And that's why
Yeah.
Garcelle is there. And the other three do not fit the bill.
I
Maybe
agree.
Jennifer Tilly could have been there. That's whatever, you know what I'm saying?
I love that you say her full name every time you say her name.
Because it's like
Jennifer
Jennifer
Tilly.
Tilly. Like,
Jennifer Tilly.
why is Jennifer Tilly here? Or like, anyway, but the other three do not fit the bill, and they better not press the issue, because I'm coming
Yeah,
for their ass if they do.
yeah.
Go ahead, do your job.
I completely
Run
agree.
your show, girl.
Natalia. All right. So about 15 minutes ago, Miss Natalia sent us a super chat. Thank you so, so much, Natalia. It's one of those things. We'd be talking about such a touchy subject. How do we
Well, you
break and
said
be
it so
like,
long ago.
hold on, before we before we start
Right. I was
crying on
ready to give my
camera,
speech.
I want to say
Wait a
thank you
minute.
for this super thank you for the
Like, I'm
super
crying.
chat.
Jamie, look. And that's what I
Jen
said.
is
Listen.
Like,
so
I just want to say,
funny.
Oh,
whew, girl, thank you for the
listen.
5.99.
But
But
thank you,
Listen.
Natalia. We appreciate you. Thank you so, so, so much. Love, I don't know if you can see the comments that we've got, but they're sending you love. They're sending you so much love. One of the things, and before we move on, and I'm not trying to beat a dead horse with emotions, but like we come
child.
on here and we joke and we talk mess, but we see you guys in the chat week after week. We have our regulars. Some of you have been with us since we started recapping this show right before pandemic. And that's been what, 5 years ago? You guys
Wow.
at this point have been with us through moves, through job changes, through haircut changes, through all kinds of stuff.
Background.
So you
When
know
our people
us
call me a
exactly.
fat gay black bee,
Oh,
We
loud,
were there for that,
a
baby.
loud fat gay black bee is what they
Not too
call
much on my friend.
okay.
But we appreciate the love. Thank you guys for being here because we don't just talk mess. Sometimes we have some like Gerga said, we're family at this point. And we're gonna talk mess to each other. But at the end of the day, we got each other's back. So thank you guys so much for being with us.
Thank you for the love.
Um, all right. Erica Bose and Dorit are meeting up for dinner.
me. Did we just do this last week, Jamie?
That they met for dinner again.
Oh my
I wasn't on
God.
last week. But what I will say, Chase, is I actually liked seeing the three of them having a little fun. They're giggling. I think Bose brings out a playful side of Erica that if Erica had been by herself with Dorit, we would not be able to see. I think that Erica really respects Bose, with Bose being such a like boss bitch and like, oh, absolutely. I think Erica respects any woman that makes it on her own. And Bose is kind of the epitome of like, oh, I'm going to do it. And Erica has spoken ad nauseum about how much she appreciates that aspect of Bose. So I enjoy this. Bose is telling the ladies that her and her man are talking about having a baby, but they ain't even said I loved you yet. And I was like, oh,
Stupid.
so Bose is the boss in the boardroom, but a dummy in relationships? Like, girl,
Stupid.
please, no. Oh,
Baby, no
Dorit waited a
perfect.
whole 40 exactly. Dorit waited a whole 45 seconds before making it about her.
Oh my
Um,
God. What was that? Like, not even like a
she was
interesting
like, "Oh, you want to
sentiment.
have a baby?"
Like,
PK
speaking of
and I
people that
talked
say
last
I do
night.
love me, PK, like,
PK used to call me baby every
she was
PK
like,
used
Wednesday.
to call me baby.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
What?
Anyway, so let me tell you about PK. What?
And immediately,
Girl.
Bose and Erica. This is also why I like this scene. These girls are not playing with her. Bose
No, they're
made
not.
that face like, and Erica. Erica looks like she wants to choke her out. She's talking about how her and Kiki had a gay old little Kiki on the phone the other day. And both ladies really hate the fact that she came tonight. Dorit assures them that PK just needs to pump the brakes a little bit to slow it down for the sake of the children.
Hmm.
I don't know why Dorit sounds like Adele. I'm sorry. But Bose turns around and is like, baby, it's not about the kids. You want PK to pump the brakes for you. You want to get your bearings. You are thinking that this man is going to take you back. And Erica, the look Erica is giving Bose while she's laying in, Erica's like, mm. Tell that bitch.
Get
But
up.
Bose is really telling her some hard truths. This man does not care about you. This man is manipulating you. And Dorit's like, no, 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 you don't understand. PK was just blowing off some steam. He is raging. And Erica's like, babe, your husband's an asshole. Like, he is going to ruin you. And Dorit just doesn't get it. And I know that head is empty as a box of rocks and her breath smells like cigarettes. But if there are two people you need to listen to, it is Bose because the lady is a millionaire and is a literal like CFO. So like if that lady is talking to you about money, I put my hair in a ponytail and like start taking notes because if there's anybody in this group I talk to about money, it's Sutton, Jennifer Tilly, and Bose. And Erica literally has just gotten off a 3-year season where her husband has devolved her into the ultimate villain, turned her into like a thief in the court of public opinion. This man went behind her back, left her destitute, then gonna fake he has dementia. Like this
Made
man,
me
like listen to these ladies.
But the earrings.
But the earrings. So this whole scene, I was just like, my God, Dorit, like you're still lying. You're still lying about the theta stuff, and it's horrible. Chase, what were you thinking during this?
The reason why Dorit sounds like Adele is because she chain smokes, and so it was like them talking to a
Adele doesn't smoke anymore.
oh whoops, them talking to a chain smoking brick wall, and I did not like. I did like how we finally got to talk about Keely in front of the group, but she was not asked. She brought it up, and they quickly deviated. Dorit quickly deviated from that conversation and made it about her. So to
Yep.
me, I still don't see the genuineness that I would like from a friendship. I just don't. I don't know if you know Dorit knows how a true transaction works in friendship, and maybe this is what she can give to the friendship, which is absolutely nothing. But whatever, Bo's a learning time, I guess. And Dorit's gonna have to learn in time because two women who are sitting there telling you what's going on and you're not listening, that's on you at this point. Everybody's warned you. Sutton's warned you. Your son has warned you. Bose has warned you. Erica has warned you. PK has warned you. And so if you don't heed those warning signs, it is what it is. You're going to further evolve and devolve into self-destruction and continue to pull tricks and stunts and shows to secure yourself another season. And my God, you have to be tired because at least the 4 seasons we've been doing this show, every season we've said that you're fired, and every year right before filming, you come up with a new stunt. You have to be tired. Like
Something
being you,
happens.
being Dorita's not enough. You have to be tired.
you know,
Ooh, like I would
I
be
am.
tired. I'm so
with it.
tired,
With
but also I could also understand how she may be skeptical. What you mean you want to have a baby with a man who don't love you unless you're just looking to have the baby? But in my opinion, it seems like Bose is saying like, I want to have a baby with this guy. I like him a lot. I love him. I don't want to say I love him first because I need him to at least give me something, give me
Yeah.
that first, and he won't. So it's not that these two are progressive people who just decide to have a baby because they like each other's energy and we're cool and we're just going to co-parent, do our thing, no pressure. Bose likes this man. She wants
Yeah.
him to tell her that he loves her, and he has yet to do so because they're just cool, kicking it and going with the flow. When she wants to have a fucking baby, please, okay? And
Mm,
so I can understand
mm.
why you may not listen to her advice. However, where she has you beat Doritas in the boardroom, where she has you beat us in the bank, and anytime it comes to money, that's when you need to take some notes and take some advice. And so, Dorit, you just have to learn the hard way. And I don't personally want to watch it over the next few seasons. I'm done.
What about you, Dominique?
I agree with all of you. I think everything can be true at once. I think Erica needs to shut the hell up, and she's broke. I realized something.
My God.
I I I I think I've hit a plateau with Erica where I officially just I don't want her to win. I don't want her to be a I don't want her to repaint things. I don't want her to get new furniture. I don't know what it was about this episode. I don't know if it was just the snippets of the headlines. Maybe I'm a headline girl. If you show me them headlines again, I just compute
You're
back
mad all
into,
over.
yeah. So I think with that, I was just like, Erica, shut up. Now she can be broke, but she can be right. What's the saying? A clock is right twice. The broken clock's right twice a day. Right twice a day. Okay.
That's
So
why she
Erica,
right, because she broke. She know from experience.
and she know. And the one thing that broke bitch said that I did like,
Oh,
what she said was, I know, she said PK is brutal in business, so he's going to be brutal in that divorce, or whatever the words was. Maybe it wasn't the
That's
word
what he
brutal,
said.
but whatever ever that janky raggedy wench said, that right there, oh my God, she ain't never lied. Dorit, you're an idiot. So two things can also be true about Dorit. You're stupid, and this man doesn't like you. Wake up. He just said in the last episode, you're paying for this. The house is
Mm.
yours. The kids' school, I'm only paying for one of the kids' school. You know how old girl likes to do that little ballerina thing? I'm not in them scenes when she does little spins and shit. You paying for that too. He laid out in an invoice, basically,
Yep.
what you will be responsible. Girl, I don't give a damn if next episode or next week he picks up the phone like, hey, what's up? What you doing? Oh my God, PK, I think we're cool again. No, you're not.
Mm.
You're an idiot. And you're starting to give me Lisa vibes from Miami. And I need
Mm.
to turn that around. Wake up, stupid. Like, what are you doing?
Turn it on. Turn it
Turn it
on.
on. It's here. It's not on. Not on. So that scene irritated me. Everybody irritated me. Erica being broke, that'll never not irritate me. Dorit, you're stupid. We've known that. Boz and the baby in the, okay, I'll end with that.
That
Girl,
frustrated
what?
me. That frustrated
Girl,
me. Move on.
what?
Let's move on from this baby, Balls. Please, for the love
Huh?
of God.
I said,
I
why
need you
you kept
to.
that? You could have kept that in the archives.
I
Why
would
would
have.
you go
You would
back
have
on
never got
television?
that news out of me. You could have never
That was
waterboarded that out of me.
crazy. And it doesn't help the fact that I already didn't really like him from the last episode. I said, I don't know, there's just something about this where I'm like,
Something slimy.
I don't lie. It's like I feel like he's more just going with the flow. He's not wrong with the energy he's giving, but I'm like, you guys aren't on the same page. Like
Yeah.
she is going this way and he's like chilling like this. But
Yeah.
they're both, it's just not
And
going to,
I want better for her.
I want way better for our sis. And don't talk about him ever again.
Ever. All right, guys.
Leave.
So we're running a little high on time, so we'll go ahead and start wrapping it up so we can take some callers. So we're back in Augusta. Sutton's mom has Sutton crashing out over dinner. She just went and bought whatever the hell she wanted for this food. Sutton is like, I don't want this lettuce. I don't want these eggs. This butter is stupid. Avi, what the hell, man? And Avi's just trying to keep her together. Um,
I
she is a little bit nervous because she is going to have the conversation with her mother tonight, and she is making, what is she making? Crab cakes, right? She is saying that this is the recipe that her dad had and cooked with her. He gave her the recipe because the mother was not a great cook, and so she's going to make these because the mother liked them. She liked the dad's crab cakes. Um, Abby is like, hey, to the housekeeper, do you want to go get the mom? And the housekeeper's like, sure, I'll go get the old Madillacs.
do I have to?
That lady walked back there, knocked on the door. Reba was like, "What, Mexican? What do you want?" I was
Oh,
like, "Oh my God." She was like, they want you in the house. Okay. And okay, bitch, I just came to get you. That lady didn't even wait for her. That lady turned around and walked right on back to the main house. Let that feeble old broad stumble down them stairs across the yard.
stumble down
So
them stairs.
they're done cooking. Kyle and Garcelle are like, nope, I'm out. We going upstairs. This is no business of ours. Reba makes a beeline to the bar and pours herself a hefty glass of kettle water on the rocks
oh my God.
and sits
Ate
down.
too.
baby, drinking. Did you notice her hand wasn't even shaking? She said, "What do you want to talk about? What's going on?
What else is going on?
What else? So what else is going on? Your mouth ain't dry." So Reba immediately starts critiquing literally everything. She's like, "Ooh, this is so nasty. This is so low budget. This is what you make it." Sutton looks flustered, and so finally she was like, "You know what? For once, I think it would be nice for you to kind of, all the stuff that I built after the divorce, a businesswoman, this, that, the third. I just want you to say that you are proud of me." And Reba is like, "Now, why would you want that?" And Sutton said, "Because you don't say it. You never say it." And Reba looks confused, and she's like, "Well, because I don't have to." And I'm like, "Oh, this is triggering. This is a very very familiar little energy that I've gotten in the past." Um, I'm of the firm belief that there are people who need validation and people who like validation. And then there are people who kind of operate on, I assume you know how I feel, so why do I need to say it? Neither of those people are wrong. But in family dynamics and in romantic relationships or friendship relationships, you have to understand what the other person wants from you. And if you have somebody that just wants to hear where they are at in your life, how difficult is it to tell that person where they are at in your life in order to make them smile? And then vice versa. If you know that if I'm with Chase, knowing that Chase doesn't say the L word a lot, I'm not going to demand he tells me that he loves me every single day. But I would hope that he would be like, okay, I care enough for Jaime. I'm gonna let him know every now and then. And that's called compromise. Reba ain't trying to compromise. And that sent me to the moon. Um,
Her mama.
it she literally sat there stone faced while Sutton is telling her, I want a little bit of validation. I've really worked my butt off after my divorce. I built a business. I raised my kids. I am doing all of these things like you. You were a businesswoman. This is something that I think that you would be proud on. And Reba makes a connection because here's the therapist. She was like, "Look at all this. You grew up and became me." And I was like, that's not the compliment you thought it was, Reba. um, and then Reba said, "Well, no one ever told me that I was pretty or ugly, and I didn't give a damn. I just went on with my business." And I'm like, that also explains quite a lot, Reba. Let's
Listen,
unpack that. Um, Sutton then concedes that she doesn't want to make Reba do anything that Reba doesn't want to do. And my heart broke a little bit because I was like, doing that in romantic relationships is hard enough, but I can't imagine telling your own mother, like, "No, I need you to tell me this." Like at some point, you're just gonna get tired of begging for affection and just throw up your hands and be like, "All right, mom, you're right. You don't have to tell me you love me. You don't have to tell me you're proud of me." But she does invite Reba to come to Beverly Hills to see the fashion show that she's getting ready to put on. Reba says, "I may be able to do that as long as I don't sleep in Philip's room." Philip is the boy she called weird. And apparently, Philip has an aquarium and she doesn't like that aquarium. So, yay, progress. Afterwards, Garcelle and Kyle are in the back, like peeking from around the corner, eavesdropping. But Sutton goes to invite them to dinner. Garcelle grabs her and is like, "What happened? I had the conversation. Everything's good. I guess she heard me. She listened to me. She's coming to Beverly Hills." This part kind of choked me up a little bit because Garcelle, like you could see, is getting emotional, and she tells Sutton, "I'm very proud of you. I'm so
oh,
proud of
yeah.
you."
The way she grabbed her
These are
too.
the way she immediately was like, "Are you okay? Are you
Cute.
okay?"
I was like, oh, y'all
And
free.
it echoed. I can't remember if it was this scene or the one where they were in the house and Sutton was talking about her father, where Garcelle starts crying.
Yeah.
And Sutton immediately stops and was like, "Baby, are you okay?" And like it's that sign of like friendship, and it's not a show friendship. It's like these are two women who have literally formed a bond. The way that they immediately gravitate, just like, "Yo, let me check on you." Now I'm getting emotional. Okay, well, hold on, let me check on you. It like I love their dynamic, and I don't care what anybody says. Like these two women, like Garcelle had Sutton's back this entire time,
Yep.
and made sure that her girl was good. Meanwhile, Kyle in the back, just like I hate that lady so bad. But this is where we end the episode. I'm getting ready to put the link into the chat, guys. We'll take a couple of callers. We are at an hour, so we're going to limit some of the time to be respectful of everybody's evening. So, Love, we'll go ahead and start with you. What are your thoughts as we ended out this episode?
Oh man. Oh, gosh. Good luck, Sutton. That's all I got. Good luck. I wonder how she is when she's drunk. Racist Reva's
Ooh,
probably a mess when she's drunk.
baby, she was drunk this whole trip, allegedly.
You think so?
Baby, the camera was cutting to her in a glass. She had a glass a
Did
lot
you
of the
see how she was
scenes.
sashaying into the courtyard with
She said,
Garcelle and those little
What
shorts?
the
"You want
hell?
some ice?"
Stop. I probably fast forward and didn't notice. She
That
said,
lady
"You want
drunk.
some
You
ice?"
non-English woman.
You know, maybe she was drunk all episode. Oh,
Absolutely.
Look,
that
That's why
changes.
she told Garcelle, "Look, I'm not gonna go back and forth with you. You out of
drunk
bounds.
booth.
You need to
Drunk
mind your
She's
booth.
like, "Oh, you
business."
think you a messenger with a message, huh?" I said, "All
Right.
right,
Oh, somebody's been
Drunk
talking to
booth.
you. Somebody's been telling you my business.
listen, right. Oh, so you got a lot to say, huh?" I was like, I don't like that.
Sammy,
Look,
please.
best of luck. That's all I got. Best of luck, Kyle. Whatever. It was hilarious the way they got caught listening, and Kyle walked up and acted like she was on her phone. I thought that was a kiki. It was kind of cute or whatever. I hate that lady so bad too, but that's all I got. Dorit's trash and Eric, and that's all.
Dorit. Just very quickly, this is the friendship that people are trying to convince us that is the fake one. This is the friendship that people have hated on consistently. But you have to understand that the friendship was forged and bonded by fire. Those girls were outcasts.
Oh
They
yeah.
weren't let into the Fox
Come on,
Force 5.
fire.
You know what I'm saying? They weren't let into the Fox Force 5. They were, called weird and all of the things. I remember when Crystal was asked, did she feel outcast from the group? She said, oh, no, absolutely not. I don't feel like an outcast. The next season, I feel like you guys outcast me. And then she wanted to be cool with them. You get what I'm saying? Like, that is a true blue, tight like glue friendship. And that's what we saw. That lady is there for her and vice versa. Because let me tell you what a real friend does, a real bitch does, a real person does. They see that you need a specific type of validation, and they see
Hmm.
the person that you seek that specific type of validation from consistently denies you of that validation because they are aware that this is what they need from you, and that person continually denies you of it. So they say, even though I'm not that person, I'm gonna give it to you anyway
I
because you're my
didn't even
damn
make that
friend.
connection, Chase. When she said, I am proud of you, that is exactly what
That's
Sutton
why
needs.
she
I
did
didn't
it.
even make that connection.
Because even if they don't
Ooh,
see it, or she won't, or she sees it and she won't give it to you, or she don't see it and she won't give it to you, or for whatever the reason she won't give
I
it to
see
you,
it.
I'm your friend and I'm gonna give it to you. And
Ooh,
that's what people need in that moment. You just said earlier that there are people who who need validation, and there are people who don't need validation. Let me tell y'all something, okay? Just very briefly, okay? Just very briefly, because we got callers.
yeah.
No Chaser TV, we coming up on a year, right? We are 41 subscribers away from 1,000. Every day I get up and I work my ass off on No Chaser TV. And there are people who tell me, give me validation. There are people who don't. I'm not looking for validation from anybody, but it is nice to know that somebody thinks I'm doing a good job, or
Mm.
that I'm moving forward, or I'm doing something good, because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Okay. And that's just the honest truth. But every day I get up and I keep going. So when you hear that validation, it's nice, but most especially if you're seeking it and somebody
Yep.
consistently denies it from you. And the fact that she got on camera and she wouldn't even give her the TV moment on camera, it lets you know how nasty Reba can be.
Yeah. Everybody likes to hear that someone is thanking of them or is proud of them or holds them in high esteem. Like, if you say that you don't like hearing that, you are a damn liar.
Yeah.
So yes, Chase, the girls are giving you your flowers in the chat. Yes, Chase. So this is a good time before we bring on our first caller. You guys have seen this year The league has cut back a
Oh,
little bit on some of the shows that we have been doing just purely for logistics. Chase is essentially a one man army. Some of us go over there and sit on some of the panels, but essentially the content we're not covering, Chase is doing over there on No Chaser TV. So if you haven't had a chance to go over there and watch him, you enjoy him on our panels, go over there, give him a like, give him a follow. If you're
Subscribe.
missing some of the shows that we're not covering, you are more than likely will find them
Go
over
right
there
now.
at No Chaser TV. We support over here. We support our family. We support everybody. So Chase, you were doing your thing,
thank you.
and
I
we
wasn't saying
appreciate
that
you.
for that. I was just saying I can
We're
see how
doing
she
it.
feel that way. But thank y'all.
Absolutely.
Y'all ain't gonna get me
All
crying.
right.
People up here judging.
Let's let's go ahead and bring on our first caller. We got Miss Durga
Stop. We already
that we
know.
are adding to the stage. Miss Durga, can you hear
Hey,
us?
hey, I can. Can you hear me?
Hey,
Hey, Durga.
we can. What do
Hey.
we got for you?
So first of all, I was saying before this is a very triggering episode for me. But I feel like it allowed me to understand Reba a little bit more. I still think she has a little bit of racism in her, but just really quick, full transparency, my grandfather did the same thing, but he
Mm,
actually did it in front of my grandmother and my father.
Jesus.
mm.
So
I'm
sorry.
Yeah,
so sorry, baby.
yeah, it was a weird situation. But after that, they both became very emotionally distant.
That's trauma. That
Mhm,
is trauma.
mhm. And so after I was watching it, I was like, "Oh, Reva's traumatized.
Yes. Oh God.
Reva's traumatized. Okay." And so I was able to give her a little bit more grace. Um, and I just kind of feel like Sutton is finally getting to that place where she's realizing that her mom might be traumatized as well.
Yeah.
And so she might not get the things that she needs from Reva.
And she has to be okay with that because
And she
sometimes
has
you come to a point, I just
Mm,
got to be okay with where
yeah.
it's at.
It's not gonna happen.
She may not have the capacity to give it.
Mm,
Yeah, that's what I'm
She
saying.
needs to recognize that too.
I don't think she has the capacity to give it now. However, I do think that she's been withholding all of Sutton's life. Because in
Mm,
my experience, the people who like my mom is overly affectionate, overly loving it, like overly validating. And so now
that's
I don't need that even from her. Like
yeah.
she
mhm.
built up that in me until the point where I don't need it. And so I feel like Reba also might have neglected building the self-esteem that Sutton needed to not even need the validation from Reba.
Yeah.
So like she's still wrong, but now it's hard to really come at her because now the trauma is there and you can't really get through that because she's old.
At some point, there's a saying you can't teach an old dog new tricks. And, I'm sure she's a great therapist. I'm sure she's helped a great number of people. But they also say that some of the most toxic people you ever meet are people who have been to therapy because
Yeah,
they know all the best things to
all the
say
jargon.
and they don't be putting it into practice. So even more so, we saw Mama Dot over on Potomac. You
Oh,
want to talk about withholding?
Right? Well, if anybody was equipped to get over their trauma, it would probably be Sutton's mom.
Mm,
And so the fact that she hasn't been able to do that, I just feel like it's kind of a lost cause,
yeah.
because she has the tools.
A lot of
And
therapists
so
don't go to therapy too. That's one thing we have to
mhm,
remember. They don't want
mhm.
anybody
Mm,
going, dealing. They think, okay, you're gonna try and do the same thing I'm doing with, but it's like, aren't you healing people? Is there something you're not telling us? Don't
Right,
you want to
yep.
be healed?
right.
Virga, before we let you go, is there anything else that you wanted to add, ma'am?
Bose is still just flopping for me. Um,
Mm,
and I can't wait for next week because
mm,
it looks like she's gonna feel that same energy that Kyle was feeling, where everybody's
hmm
kind of like her and Dorit, where everybody's kind of coming at you. So I'm excited for next.
That you excited, that you foaming at the mouth to watch her get
I
get
kind of want to see her get
dragged.
jumped. I want to see her get jumped a little bit.
Well, thank you
All
so much,
right.
Durga. We will definitely be here tomorrow with your thought on them
Yes.
tag teaming her.
Yes. Yes. All right. You guys have a good night.
All right, we'll talk to you soon.
bye.
Bye.
All right, we have another caller, Miss Tasha or Latasha, excuse me. I saw her come up on here. Latasha, hello, hello. Can you hear us?
Hi guys, yeah, I hear you. Can you hear me okay? Because I'm in the
Yes,
car.
we can.
Don't
Yes, we
normally
can. What do we got for you?
don't tell nobody. Um, I just wanted to say
You
that
making a left turn or a right turn?
right.
Hey, Latasha, you know how to joke. You had to get you a little bit.
James. So really quick, I wanted to say that I still like Reba. I don't know why, but I
Oh,
like her. Um, I mean, I don't
Courtesy
like
dog.
all of her.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I don't like all of her, but I do. I enjoy her because I like
Oh,
a
you
little
don't like the racist
old
part.
Southern lady. No, I don't like that part. But to be fair, had anybody, I don't care who you are, come to my house to tell me about my relationship with my kids, oh no, she'd have got cursed clean out. So on that, I'm not even mad at her for that reaction because like she's 80 something. Like who are you talking to? Yeah, no, that wouldn't have flew with me neither. So I'm not even mad at her for that. Um, I'm taking a left now. Um, but as far as Dorit, yeah, I don't care about this anymore. I don't
No,
because it's stupid at this
no.
point. It's gonna just drag and drag and drag to keep her here, and they're still not really showing much of anything. Like she
Yeah.
finally talked about the DUI, whatever it was he got, and the money issues, but she hasn't really talked about all of the issues. So I think
Nope.
until then, it's pointless. We're just kind of
Yeah.
talking in circles at this point. Um, and as far as Erica, I've never liked her. I don't know why she's still here. She's got absolutely nothing going on. I don't care about her redecorating her rental. I there's nothing happening, and I am not even confident that she's actually going to do that because she's me poor. She's not. She's not. She's me rich. But as far as she's Beverly Hills poor, so this the money that she's spending in Beverly Hills is what they literally spend that on bags, and she's gonna spend that to remodel someone else's house, and I find that odd and not
Very,
smart. But whatever.
very.
Um, and who else? Oh, and Boz. She started off
Mm-mm.
so good. I wanted to like her. I really did. But this is stupid. She's basically, I don't even know who she would resemble on any other show because hey, she's established. She did her thing, but this relationship doesn't make any sense. I'm not sure how long they've been together. Take
8 months.
another left. 8 months. Okay.
Eight,
Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, I don't know. Maybe she just wants to have a baby. But at this point, if I was her friend, I would tell her to just go to a sperm bank because she wants to get married and then she wants to have this baby, but she's almost 50. And though that's not, it doesn't seem like it's a thing that's just meant to be with him anyway. If he can't give you the basic things that you're looking for at this point, then why are we having these conversations? I don't know. So I feel like everybody just needs to do what they do, and but this is weird, and now I'm not liking her at all anymore. Like not even
We'll
a little
see.
bit.
We'll see
Yeah,
how
we'll
it
see
plays
what
out.
happens.
But thank
Hopefully
you
it
so
works
much,
out for
Latasha.
her.
Hopefully. Thank you so much. I haven't seen any pictures of them together on her page, so I don't know. We'll see. Thank you so much for calling in, Latasha. You get to your
thank you,
destination
Latasha.
very safe,
Get
and we will
safe.
talk to you next week.
and make that left turn, girl.
All right, so we've got one final caller. We're gonna end the night with lovable Lisa. Let's welcome her to the stage.
Hey
Hi,
there, y'all. How
Lisa.
y'all guys doing?
Hey,
We doing
Yes,
good. We
honey.
doing
Hey, Kate.
good.
Hey, love.
You good,
hey.
Yes,
boss?
yes, yes. I'm a,
Okay.
What do we got,
huh?
Lisa? What do we got, Lisa?
A girl. Let me tell you something. Y'all have made me, I'm going to tell you something. This episode made me look at Sutton. It really did. Anybody who knows me, know I had the same problem that um, Sutton dad had. I have the same
It's real.
problem. I deal with clinical depression, anxiety, panic attacks all the time. So I can, and the heavy drugs they have you on, I have to keep taking mine. because my brain get all wobbly if I don't take it.
Yeah.
And I get out, and just like you said, it does dimly like it does do something to your personality.
Yeah.
But I rather do that when my head go all over around the world, and
Yeah.
you really don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
And I've been dealing with mine since I was a young girl. So, and y'all know how I do not like Sutton, honey. But this,
We
but
know.
this episode, but this episode made me look at her and made me feel sorry for her
Yeah.
Yeah.
because to lose your dad that way
Horrible.
is the most the most horrific. And like I told it, that's what I was saying too. I believe it's something about Reba. Reba, you forgot Reba lost her husband.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so they got a lot to do with, and parents sometimes just like, we become from an era that not like it is now. You gotta tell your child you love, you gotta tell your child how proud you is. Back then they didn't tell their children they was proud and they loved them like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You just growing them up. So, so I can definitely understand that. And girl, Reba and Sutton just alike, child.
That apple don't fall far. It didn't fall far.
Yeah, I'm like, girl, and I was about to hit the floor when she told God, "Say, this ain't none of your business. Step up out of this." And I'm gonna tell you too, and I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be honest with you. Somebody came told me that, and like my child, I would tell them the same thing too. But I also in respect, we did sit and listen to her. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? So I understand every dumb thing they went to, and it's very horrible like that. Girl, bossy girl, that man don't want you. Okay, let's get over and move on. Okay, you is so darn gorgeous. I promise that girl, that's a gorgeous woman, but that man do not
Hmm.
want you. Okay, he ain't told you how many years y'all been together. He ain't told you you love you yet. Girl, he do not want you. Okay. So, I mean, good. Let's move on. Okay, let's move on. Same week thing the week. The week you need to listen to Erica. Erica told you get
Yep.
in front of them because PK he playing the game. Then they tell y'all women all the time go get the lawyer first. And I'm thinking Sam and they're gonna tell you too. I'm kind of over it, but my thing of it is the week still in love. Still love PK.
Ugh.
Hmm.
And like
Yeah.
I told, not tell somebody you been in love with somebody that long, and she don't want a divorce. She want to work on her marriage, but he don't want that though. And this and the Erica and everybody keep telling you is bull. It's bull. Girl, go get a lawyer.
It's
Yeah.
so stupid.
Because at the end of this, you're gonna fall on your face, and it's gonna be, and that's what it is for her. She just gonna fall on her face. I don't want her to fall on her face. I understand you in love, so that's the father for kids. You know what I'm saying? So that's why, I be telling people you can't just tell people just to move on like that when you been in love that long, and just say, go get a divorce, get on. It's a process.
Yeah. She'll
And
come
I'm
to it on her
hoping that,
own.
yeah, and it really is. I'm had friends that been in love, been married like 25 years, and when that shoe drop, you don't know what to do,
Yeah.
and you want to fight for it. So, but the week, baby, it's time to get a lawyer. It's time us to move on to like Baldwin. You and Boss need to hang up, go down, do something together, or y'all gonna be sitting down together holding hands. Okay, we ain't trying to do that right now. Okay.
Well,
And
thank
now
you so
Erica,
much,
I'm
Lisa.
over Erica. I'm over
Well,
Erica, so
that
girl,
seems
I'm
to be the
tired of you
general
talking about that
consensus.
stuff. I'm over Erica, baby. We tired you talking about that case. That's your stuff happened like 5, 6 years ago. Okay, we over. Okay, you got your
Time to move
diamond
on.
earrings. You got the diamond earrings. The judge said you ain't get away the diamond earrings. Okay, we know you work your
All right.
mouth a lot to get them earrings. Okay, so
Oh
you
my
got them
God.
and shut up, baby.
All
Okay.
right, and
I'm tired of hearing
on
about your
that
case.
point,
Other
Lisa.
than that, I'm ready to go,
On
baby.
that point,
I love
Lisa,
y'all.
thank
I
you.
know I'm see y'all in 2 weeks.
We'll see you later, Lisa. Bye. Lisa said, "You've used your mouth enough to get them earrings." I'm tired
Listen,
of hearing about them.
I
Oh
didn't
my God.
I didn't catch that. My God, I love it so.
All right, guys. Thank y'all so much for keeping with it. This was a roller coaster.
Why is she so broke though?
This was a roller coaster of an episode. We love you guys. Thank y'all so much for sticking with us. We know we're a little bit over time. Like we said a couple of times, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to us, share our channel. Don't forget, we've got a couple of things that are coming up soon. The only way to know what it is we're going to be covering here is to go ahead and subscribe to us. You can also follow us on Twitter and Instagram. We're working on getting the blue sky because, baby, we leaving Twitter behind
We
too.
working on getting this
If you see something on the schedule that we are not covering and you would like to see, head on over to No Chaser TV because
guy.
chances are Chase is probably covering that as well. The girls are saying they want you to do Atlanta Chase. So
I don't
the fans
support
I
it.
have spoken.
baby.
I'm tired, child, but I'm gonna do it.
Dominique, Chase, thank you guys so much for having me tonight. Guys, if y'all would have seen us in the group chat, we were trying to figure out at like 1 o'clock today who was going to be on the panel today. It was originally supposed to be like Cortez and Danny and things. Danny had to travel, and Cortez had to work. And so you got us thrown together at the last minute. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. We hope you had a good time. Chase, Dominique, thank you guys so much. Dominique, thank you so much for being transparent, sharing your story. The people
Hmm.
resonated with it and we love it.
Yeah.
Chase, thank you so much for being here. Guys, we will be back. The next time you're going to see us is Potomac on Monday night, correct?
Yes,
Or is it
Potomac
Sunday? Monday night. Yeah,
reunion.
it's getting ready to be it's episode 1 of the reunion.
Hmm.
I have not even watched this season, guys. It's
They
just
had a
too
really good
much.
reunion though.
Too
So
much.
y'all know I be
All
getting the
right, guys.
tease. They had a really good reunion, so y'all watch it.
So y'all watch it. And you know it's the comments are going to be live because it always gets live on Married to Medicine and Potomac that we cover. And then of course next Wednesday you are going to see us here at the same bat time, same bat channel, covering the Housewives of Beverly Hills. You guys have a phenomenal weekend. Be safe, whatever it is you guys do, and we will see y'all next week. Go stream Kendrick Lamar's album, stream the Super Bowl, just for shits and giggles. Hey Drake.
They not like us. They not like